Hey friends, Nate here with Keyrenter Property Management. Okay, so the CDC Eviction Moratorium had been in place for nearly a year. It has been a very sensitive and serious topic with people being impacted in different ways all over the place. Well, it expired at midnight on Saturday, July 31st. This is much awaited by landlords and property owners around the country. All of us were anticipating it simply to get the man out of our business a little bit more. It's not like any of us really wanted to have, our tenants pushed out on the streets or anything like that. But there are many rental owners around the country who have had very little recourse to help out their own financial challenges brought on by all of this. So as expected, our attorneys notified us that they were able to process pay or vacate evictions like they were before the pandemic. Yay, right? As you may already know though, that was short-lived, and on Tuesday, August 3rd, the Biden administration implemented yet another eviction moratorium. This new moratorium will span through at least early October and applies in United States counties experiencing high transmission levels of the new strain of the COVID virus, SARS-2. If you look at the impacted map of the country, it's pretty much everywhere. So we're now back to where we were. That said, the new eviction moratorium was immediately challenged in court by a group of property managers and real estate agents with the backing of the NAR, or the National Association of Realtors. They are piggybacking on a prior suit with the motion in order to expedite things. We're hopeful they'll make progress with it, but we all need to prepare for this and continue on. I said several months ago that I expected the moratorium to continue even beyond the CDC's expired. And here we are. So what should you do? Here are 3 things I would consider. First, if you are the landlord, stay in close communication with your tenants. Or if you've hired a landlord or a property manager, they will need to be in contact with the tenant. Make sure that you understand their situation and can prepare for any issues that might come up. Keep in mind that billions of dollars, and we're talking $42 billion to be specific, have been set aside to provide tenants with relief and assistance in situations where they can't pay rent that goes directly to the landlords for rent. Community action centers across the state, across the country can also provide funding to tenants who are struggling with paying rent due to COVID-related issues. Make sure you or the landlord, again, if you've hired it out, of your property know where and how to provide those resources to your tenants. I'm surprised even still that so many landlords and property owners who are not getting rent paid don't know about these resources. Second, work with your tenant as best as possible, especially if they have historically been great to work with, take care of the property, and they're legitimately in a difficult situation due to the pandemic. And third, evictions due to non-payment can still happen depending on your county and court system. There's this misunderstanding out there about the moratorium, making people think that because of a moratorium, they simply can't evict their tenants, period. No exceptions. It's just not the case though, and there are evictions still happening, just with more review and consideration for the situation and specifics, as it should be in my opinion. We have an eviction out of our Salt Lake office that will be finalized this week. It was for non-payment of rent, unrelated to COVID reasons. It's unfortunate and it rarely happens for us, but we're glad to have been able to move it forward despite the moratorium. So there you go, an eviction that's successful in the middle of an eviction moratorium, okay? So if you have a non-payment situation, make sure you have the proper pandemic disclosure in your pay or vacate notices, and make sure you work it through an eviction attorney who knows the current processes really well. All right, there you have it. I hope you found this helpful. If you like this video, hit like, and you can subscribe so you don't miss one. Until next time, stay safe, healthy, and take care.